Oh, what is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! Eyes!
Let's go! GameNChick Gaming.
Hello once more, my chickadees. GameNChick is back once again with another review. As per usual, before we get started, I would like to give a big thank you to everyone over at D3 Publisher for providing me with the game to make this review possible. Thank you very much. And now, you know what time it is. Let's get into it. Earth Defense Force World Brothers is an action shooter party game that is developed by WHATCHU and published by D3 Publisher. With Earth Defense Force 6 recently announced and coming off the heels of a successful release of Earth Defense Force 5 and Iron Rain, D3 Publisher and WHATCHU decided to change up the formula a bit with a Minecraft-like shooting game set in the EDF universe. Does this spin-off keep the spirit of the mainline series? Or does it end up a failed experiment? Only one way to find out, so let's go! Story. A new EDF adventure begins. Only this time, the action unfolds in a parallel world where the Earth is made up of digital blocks. The world has befallen into chaos, as the once peaceful square Earth has been shattered into pieces. With the Dark Tyrant threatening to destroy everything in his path, it is now up to the EDF to restore peace to the square planet and put a stop to him once and for all. Gameplay. EDF World Brothers is a spin-off title of the popular Earth Defense Force franchise, and a far departure from what people may be used to, at least to an extent. Still here is the goofiness, the cheesy dialogue, and the multiple classes to choose from to play as, but this time it's set in a weird block-like Earth that's like if Minecraft suddenly went giant bug and alien apocalypse mode and said,
Have a nice day!
But being a block Earth, with a block world and block characters, this is where all comparisons to Minecraft will end, and there will be no digging and mining in this title, because the only digging you'll be doing is your grave. Well, if you don't choose the proper classes, that is. Yes, you heard me, classes. Not just one class is playable at a time in this game, but instead, you can play up to 4 characters at once due to the party-style setup this game currently uses. This is where the first big change comes into play and sets it apart from the previous entries in the franchise. As you play through the game's story mode, which will run about 8 to 10 hours for completion depending on the difficulty level you picked, it will take you through a variety of locations such as Paris, Egypt, Japan, China, and the US throughout its 60 missions. It is here you'll discover the biggest change to the previous games, and that's the utilization of a party system. With this party system, you'll be able to put together your own team of world defenders to fight off the enemy legion. When you arrive at the menu screen, you may pick between your team members, weapons, accessories, and emblems. Picking which classes you want in your party can be pretty vital and may require some thinking in between missions, because certain classes like Infantry can use a rocket launcher, which is good for long range, but he can't run fast and is very slow. Jet uses medium-range rockets and can fly, albeit not that well, and classes like Wing Diver can fly at a quicker pace and utilize her weapon, Laser Lance, for quick and fast laser shots that can take down most enemies in 1 or 2 attacks. Now this is where your strategy element can come into play for specific missions that have flying enemies or stronger enemies like steel spiders or gigantic spaceships and alien robots. Infantry's rockets can take down giant spaceships in 3 to 4 shots, but it can't run away from enemy alien robot fire fast enough and will be obliterated quickly. But on the flip side, Wing Diver can hover and circle around an enemy robot and fire off laser shots without being touched. It makes for some very entertaining moments. Strategy is where my boyfriend and myself were kind of on the same page. I focused on a more offensive build with classes like Wing Diver, Infantry, and Jet, while he focused on a more balanced party of Amigo Brother, who has a medium-range machine gun with a special ability that gives an offensive and defensive boost to everyone in the party that's in the immediate area by playing music. Think of him sort of like a bard from Final Fantasy XI or 14. My boyfriend also chose to go with the Pharaoh's sister that utilizes gigantic tornadoes for huge amounts of damage, while also having a special ability that stops time completely for around 10 seconds. This ability came in handy immensely when we got surrounded by hundreds of bees, ants, or spiders, and allowed him to pick off enemies one by one to give us some breathing room. Switching classes also works seamlessly and instantly by pressing up, down, left, or right on your D-pad to select your EDF hero. This is one key aspect of World Brothers that I feel needs to be carried over into the mainline series, maybe starting with EDF 7. Being able to swap characters on the fly to whoever you want at any given point is a godsend, really. In previous entries, you're stuck with your one class and that's it. You have to wait till the round is over before being able to pick a class that is better suited for the mission you're attempting to beat. But with World Brothers, it says, nope, screw that, we're upping our game. However, while it is a great feature and will definitely help a lot more people, mainly a more casual player, be able to pick up and play immediately, it does take away from the game's difficulty a fair bit. Usually in past games like EDF 4.1 and EDF 5, it was a bit of a trial and error when deciding what class to use on a specific mission. This made you think long and hard about each level you play and made these games a lot more tougher on you as the player, especially if you played solo. But with World Brothers, that difficulty of the game goes away completely, as you can prepare for any scenario the game can throw at you, with one party only. Now, don't get me wrong, the game can still be pretty intense and a tad bit difficult towards the later levels when you're protecting and defending buildings from hordes of enemies. But it's still easily manageable even on normal difficulty. Unless you're like me and my boyfriend. We were on fire, kicking butt left and right, nothing can stop us. Well, no one but ourselves, that is. As we spent like over 5 minutes protecting a vital monument in World Brothers, we noticed our building kept taking damage. And by the time we realized it was us that was the problem, we failed the mission. As it turns out, between me using my rocket fire to clear out enemy bees and his use of Pharaoh's tornadoes, we completely annihilated our own objective. Big oops moment, but still pretty hilarious. These are the type of moments that make the EDF games, especially this one, so endearing and why they have gained such a cult classic aura over the years. Are they the most polished and riveting blockbusters on the market? Not even close. But they're all entertaining, campy, very cheesy, and so over the top that you just can't help but laugh and have a good time. This does not change here in World Brothers, even if the graphics and design overall have. EDF World Brothers takes everything you love from the mainline series and amps it up to 100. With over 100 playable characters to choose from that you unlock as you progress through the main game's story mode, you will find representation from nearly every region of the world, and with it comes so very different personalities. The story mode in this game, I feel, is structured better than most of the previous EDF games. Previous games had some sort of story with aliens attacking, some banter and dialogue between members, but nothing really fleshed out. However, here in World Brothers, this actually changes. Now you have an overarching story about how the Dark Legion, led by Dark Tyrant, have started not only taking over the world, but have blown it into pieces. In order to rectify this, you must take down enemy motherships in order to put the world together again bit by bit.
Well, hold on there a second, brother. The Hulkster noticed you skipped talking about all the characters themselves, dude.
Well,
Ooh, let me stop you right there, Hulkster. Yeah, I'm sure she was about to get to it. Ain't that right, young lady? Ooh, yeah!
So as I was saying,
For all you Hulkamaniacs out there watching this right now, Hulk Hogan wants to only know one thing, brother. What you gonna do?
Okay guys, enough, jeez! I gotta finish this at some point, you know.
Ooh, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, brother.
Thank you. Now, where was I? Oh yes! As you move through the story, you will find a variety of characters that range from ninjas, vlogger, live streamer, or over-eccentric characters that can be both funny or extremely annoying. Most of the characters are well written, like the hardened vet who lost all his friends in battle and is now trying not to make friends so that he doesn't feel that pain again, but ultimately you soften his heart and befriend him. Other characters are even more ridiculous, like this guy that dresses like a bear and is even convinced that one day he will, in fact, become a bear himself. Good luck there, bro. But I think the one character me and my boyfriend agreed that was the funniest of all was one female that you meet towards the middle half of the game. She decides to join you in battle, but you do not know her reason to fight alongside you till it's learned that she's only fighting because if the Earth falls, she will no longer have any supply of soybeans left. That's right, she just wants soybeans, and another character is devastated because he wants muso soup. This is their reason for fighting. They're literally fighting hordes of enemies, and they all banter about wanting to keep Japan's supply of soybeans intact and eat soup. It's so hilariously random that we both just started laughing at how stupid it was. But not all of the characters are winners. Characters like the vlogger and her constant screaming, "Woohoo!"
Hello, hello! Yes, it's me, Hallam TV! Woo-woo!
over and over at ear-piercing levels got annoying really fast. and the ditzy Volk 7, who is a typical, oh my god, so hashtag besties character who outstayed her welcome and quickly got on my nerves too.
You were talking to me? I'm Vogal 7, Wing Diver. Vogal 7, please help the team. Hashtag with pleasure.
But other than those two characters, everyone else was actually really fun and entertaining to not only play as, but to listen to as well. They all had unique and funny personalities that were parodies of a specific region they came from. Some of them even over-stereotyping at times, but let's just hope someone doesn't try to cancel them for that. As stated before, each character you come across in the game also has their own unique abilities that will help you out in sticky situations. Wing Diver summons homing lasers that attack groups of enemies, Infantry shoots one gigantic energy beam, and this holds true for every single character. That's right, there's over 100 characters with different abilities, and to top it off, each character has multiple weapon upgrades that you can acquire throughout the game by picking up red armor boxes and raising your character's weapon level. The higher the weapon level, the stronger it becomes, or allows you the chance to unlock an entirely new weapon altogether. The variety is pretty insane, and there's no end to the combinations of characters plus weapons to use at your disposal. The possibilities are endless. While having over 100 characters and weapons at your ready is a great thing, I however love that they kept the mech fighting in this title, like we've seen in previous entries into this series. During a level where you must fight gigantic kaiju Godzilla-sized monsters that range from being 50 feet tall to well over 100 feet tall, this requires you to take the fight directly to them a la Pacific Rim style. For anyone that's a fan of the EDF franchise, you've seen this before and it's still as awesome as ever. Heck, my boyfriend even got a little too into it. As we were fighting this near 100-foot tall monster, he decided to get into the giant mech and take the kaiju on 1 versus 1. So here I am, flying my way around, involved in a super intense battle, concentrating my butt off, but then I turn my view and look towards the big monster, and there my boyfriend is, hitting the monster in the family jewels. I was like, wait, is he doing what I think he's doing? So I keep watching, and sure enough, hit after hit, he keeps giving him the Johnny Cage punch of doom right to his balls. It was the funniest thing I had seen in our entire playthrough because he got super into it. Strangely enough, it was really effective and he actually took the damn thing down by doing it. It was hilariously awesome. Overall, when it's all said and done, Earth Defense Force World Brothers stays true to the usual EDF formula, but in my opinion, completely surpasses it with this extremely funny story mode, inclusion of over 100 characters, fun character personalities, party system that allows you to choose a team of 4 different classes at once, giving you the option to seamlessly switch between them at any given moment, and a Minecraft block style that actually fits the EDF universe strikingly well. Sure, it has minor downsides, like a few characters being annoying here and there, or some levels stretching on longer than others, but overall, this game is a blast from start to finish, especially on co-op. I definitely want a sequel in this style. So I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say by now. Well, my verdict is clear. GameNChick says bye now.
Hey all you Hulkamaniacs, it's me, Hulk Hogan. Thanks for watching this video all the way through, dudes. That's super cool of you. While I have all of you Hulkamaniacs' attention, you should go on and check out our other videos above, brother. If you don't, then you better start taking your vitamins and saying your prayers, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan runs wild on you, brother? Ooh. So I'll see you at the Silverdome, dudes. Or I mean, YouTube.com.